Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you on Monday, January the 3rd. The year's 2022. Let's talk trading. Trading is a skill. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. Yes, trading is a skill. A lot of people say trading is gambling. Some people say, trading is a science. Some people say trading is an art. But the bottom line is trading is a skill. And how do you get better at skills? Practice. Whether you're playing a musical instrument, a sport, art, writing, programming, driving, you name it. All of those skills, there's only one way to get better, and that's to practice. That's to do it over and over again. Work on the things that you're not so good at, work on the things you are good at. You stick with the basics. And you don't really need to do a lot of fancy stuff in order to get good, especially with trading. In fact, I guess Pro was poking at me because in yesterday's video, I think I said something about stick with the indicators. And what I meant by that was whatever indicators you start out with, just stick with them. Don't be suckered into, adding a new indicator every other day and throwing away the other ones. No, pick one or two, maybe three, and stick with them. A lot of you have been following me over the years, and I've been pretty much sticking to horizontal lines. Once I settled and my eyes were open what's really going on here and kind of figured it out on my own. I mean, I used to be the RSI guy and moving average guy, and every new fancy indicator that came out, I'd code my version of it because that's how I learn, is by coding. I learn things inside out that way. But for the most part, you don't need to go to those extremes. You just need to practice the skill. And in trading, we've pretty much broken it down to three things. Your money management, we talk about that a lot. Your money and risk management. You don't lose any more than you're willing to lose on any one particular trade. On the other side, the money management is making sure you take the profit before the market takes it back. There's no good that comes out of being up 20 pips only to see those 20 pips go away and now you're down 5 and you're waiting for the market to go back up. To me, that just doesn't make sense. Now, some people, they take a longer term view of it, but sometimes if there's no short term, there's no long term. So if you keep winding, getting stopped out when you could have taken a profit, then I think you need to take another look at your money management system. So pretty much we have the money risk management. That's one step of the three-legged trading stool. The other one is your system. And your plan, your system. You just have to, or method, you just have to stick with it. If it says when price comes to the daily open, you're going to take the trade in the direction price is moving, and that's it. That's it. You've already decided beforehand what you're going to do when the event comes. So when the event's there, you don't think about it, you don't second guess it, you don't reevaluate it. You pull the trigger, then put on your risk management and your money management. Because that's all trading is when you think about it. Once you enter the trade, it's money management and risk management. And finally, and maybe the most important, is your brain management. You've got to have your head right. You got to have your mind right, as he would say in Cool Hand Luke. Because if you don't, one of these is going to get you. And then you're going to experience pain, and you're doing it to yourself. And it's just that simple. And I didn't say easy, I said simple. So this is a skill. Trading's a skill. You need to practice it daily. Okay, we look at the month here, and we can see that we're already 50 pips off the monthly open to the downside. And we're 57 pips off the high and 47 pips above the low. So we've already had a pretty nice range this month, this day, this week so far, right? And it looks like all the gaps have filled on the weekly. And we're putting in a pretty nice opening range here for the opening range for the year right here. Which, by the way, if some of you guys wouldn't mind chiming in, because we all use different brokers, or some of us, might have the same broker, but different brokers open there at different times, and I like to get a cross section of daily open. So if you could go to your daily chart, and some of you might have a Sunday candle, and if you could just send me a message, let me know what the daily open is, and that way I can get a cross section, and we can put the high and low, and we can have a kind of a unique open range, because I have 3 different brokers that I look at, so I can get 3 to get a range that way. But I know there's a lot of brokers out there, and I think it'd be kind of curious to see what happens. Okay, so once again, 50 pips off of the open across the board here. We are in the weekly inside bar that occurred 7 weeks ago. As you can see, we're still in that monthly inside bar that occurred 3 months ago. Lots of inside bar action still here on the chart. Okay, 103 pip range so far. Nice move. Very nice move. You can see we came out of the previous day's upper wick zone into the body, and then out of the previous day's lower wick zone, and now we're back inside. Buy zone proved to be profitable here on the short side. Now, once again, if you would have taken this open cross, let's see, you would have had a chance to make 5 pips, 5.9 pips. So if you didn't take those few pips when you had the chance, market took it back from you. What else can I say? And if you didn't have your stop loss, you'd be way down. Looks like the green rats feasted. $47 pips off the low. So if you took, and we're now using 15 pips, so you could have had a nice 20 pip move off of that low there. In fact, the green rat, you would have probably picked up even another pip or so, because at the 20 percentile, that's the smart rat. It's funny how on the upside, the red rat, smart rat, is below. It's a little more than 15, and on the bottom side, it's a little less than 15 on the percentiles. Weekly pivot. I called it last night. We took it out. Gave you the heads up there. And you can see where the monthly pivot is. So daily we took out, weekly we took out, and monthly, actually, this is interesting. 34.11. No, we didn't take out the monthly pivot. We need to take it out. It's correct. So we'll have to see if we take out that monthly pivot. We missed it by 19 pips at the moment. And the wick zone, in and out of the upper. You can see right here, you had a nice opportunity here to get in, and another one here. Even though you'd be going against the H1 candle color, you'd be trading the wick zone, which we don't necessarily look at the H1 candle color in the wick zone. We just look to see if price is moving out of the wick zone. Because once again, outside closed 80% of the time. And somebody was asking, so through the top zone 40% of the time, through the bottom zone 53% of the time. And then in and out of the top 27, in and out of the bottom 30. So in and out of the top means it went in and it came out. Through, it went through to the other side. No zone means it was right in here. So those are the stats over the last 100 days. And looking at the highest low, lowest high trading chart here, you can see there was a nice trigger right here. Picked up a few pips. Once again, that only looks like about 1 pip actually. 34.76 to 34.75. You got a 1 ball. Sometimes I see the 1 ball, I just scratch out of the trade. It's like, why chance it? Sure, the 1 ball could push down here, but more often than not, I see it go the other way. Oh, and if you're wondering, on the fibs, you can change the box size. Some people are saying, why are those boxes so big? You can change it like that. On the sweet spots with the wall mall lines, once again, the hourly ranges, we had 4 hours in a row where it was over 20 pips. So as you can see here, there was money to be made at those horizontal lines. As far as the ATR zone, you can see here, remember these zones are dynamic, so it's the current low plus the ATRs, or the current highs minus the ATRs. So you can see here, price, it looks like it overshot the zone, but really, as price was going down, the zone was pulling down. That's something to be aware of. And let's see, there was something I wanted to show. Oh, on the no-brainer support resistance alert indicator that I updated. Some of you might have noticed that yesterday these labels were way over here. The reason for that is you can say what your fill size is, so everything is adjusted properly when it's displayed. I think that number is usually around 30, but you can cut it down, and then you basically only fill what you need. Sometimes if you have a longer description, then if you have a smaller fill, it would be hitting over there. So that's how you get around that. But remember, fellow traders, trading is a skill, and you need to practice. That's how you get better at it. And so you pick a few basic things, and that's what you work on. So your brain, your method, and your money/risk management. Those are the 3 things. Which ones do you need the most work on? That's where you need to focus. And don't try to change everything at once. In fact, each week, maybe pick one thing to work on, and hopefully you start out on Sunday/Monday, and by Friday, you've improved. You're much better than when you started. Because remember, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is TheRumpledOne, over and out.